Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience here with Sensei David Hills.
And Coach Kendra McLaughlin.
And I missed you guys yesterday. We took the morning off yesterday, sort of. And this is something that I wanted to talk about this morning as part of our. Who's on already?
Arthur Moore.
Arthur Moore. Hello, Arthur. Good morning. So this is something that I wanted to touch upon this morning. And if you saw my post this morning, it was about when life kind of knocks you off your balance. You know, there are many times where I get up in the morning at 4:30 and we have our routine in terms of workout, and sometimes we do a meditation or yoga or whatever the case may be. We all have our own routine, and I sometimes wonder why I continue to do that. Well, when life knocks you off your balance, it's great to be able to go back to have that routine in order to get back into balance. So I'll give you an example. I have a little bit of a injury going on where I slept wrong a few days ago, and then I decided to do some dancing in the living room and made it worse. And it's very painful. And it has knocked me off my balance because I cannot do some of the things that I normally do every day. I'm a very active person. But what I've done is gone back to the basics and gone back to the things, the foundation of my life, which is my morning routine, making sure that I'm reading good material, learning something new every day, and staying in my normal routine as best that I can. And that's what helps you get back onto your feet. It's your core. So if you focus on your core, then it helps you get back on your feet. And there are lots of things that may get you off balance. Maybe it was COVID. Maybe there's a lot of parents that have had to make a lot of changes. They're teaching their kids at home in some cases. May have lost your job. Maybe my friend Heather, sending out love and healing energies to her. She lost her dad this week. Maybe it's someone in your family that's ill. My brother fell off a porch and really dinged himself up. You know, there's lots of things that get you off balance. It's really up to you to get back on balance and to continue doing what you're doing. And it's basically getting back to the core stuff. It's the basics. It's the things that you do every day, and you kind of go from there. Give yourself some love and forgiveness. I know I'm the hardest out of anybody on myself when I can't do the things that I normally do. But I'm taking it back to the basics and starting right from the beginning. I'm still getting up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm here this morning, and I'll continue my day that way. So it's all about the core. And the same thing goes for when we do the kettlebell workouts. Mm-hmm. It's really about the core. Isn't that right?
It's true. That's what I was thinking about. You can't work on just one piece of your life and expect success. You have to work on all aspects of your life: physical, mental, emotional, community, spiritual, all of it. And your physical core is analogous to your emotional core and your mental core. You need to be centered, period, in all aspects of life. And this is a place to start. Finding your center physically can help you find your center in other ways. And perhaps one day we'll go into the details about how. But suffice it to say, right now, you just have to trust us with regards.
We're going to get going on the kettlebell workout this morning. And I hope you're joining us with a kettlebell. If not, I hope you will soon, because it really makes a difference in your entire whole life. It's the core, it's the foundation. So I will not go on any further. I'll let David take over. I'm going to take the day off from working out.
More than a day. You have to. This is a good time to really talk about injuries.
Yeah, this is the hard part.
Healing. The thing is that people get hurt doing kettlebells one of two ways. One is They get going with it. They start to understand their core strength. They start to figure out how to seat their shoulders and use their back properly, which enables them to pick up heavier weights. And people immediately want to start going to a heavier weight, and they should, because the connective tissue that supports the musculature doesn't develop as fast as the musculature. You will be able to build your musculature up strong enough to hurt yourself relatively fast. So what happens is people go up to a heavy or too heavy of a kettlebell right away. This is a problem. The other way they hurt themselves is in things outside. You feel so strong, you're like, wow, I can go back to playing hockey. No, not yet. You need to wait. You need to give yourself time, like I said, to fully get your body integrated and functional movement patterns in your body solidified. Then go back to it, then go into what it is you did in high school or whatever. You know?
The other thing is, which is what I did, is that I felt a tweak in my shoulder when I was doing some yoga last week, and then I slept on it wrong. But what I ended up doing was continue to do my normal stuff, and actually I had a Zoom call where we were dancing in the living room, and that was really what did it in. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't listening to my body. My body was talking to me and saying, hey, I have a little tweak. I'm a pretty tough gal. I have a really high tolerance for pain. And so I ignored it. And that was my downfall. And I'm definitely paying for it now. In major healing mode this week, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. And David's going to work out with you this morning.
All right. I think the camera on the phone on the right.
I'm going to be the camera.
Okay, guys. Let's get moving. Stop killing. Get your shoulders moving.
I can't jump.
We can do this.
No, I'm not going to jump, but I can go like this. At least get my body pumping. And that's the thing is, if you cannot do all of the exercises, you can figure out something you can do to get your body moving. I'm going to take a walk today with the dog, and just really try to get back into some sort of a normal routine. And that really helps your healing process as well, and your mind. It can really be emotionally hard when you have an injury and you're trying to heal and you can't do the same thing that you normally do. I think that's more of a emotional thing for me than anything. So I'm just going to do what I can do and don't worry about the rest. It feels good to get my body moving a little bit today.
Out of the way.
I was literally immobile yesterday. Like, definitely can move my head. I can do that. And stay tuned to the end because we are going to be talking about what we're doing next week. We're going to be doing something a little bit different next week. We're going to be traveling, which is going to be really cool. You'll be able to travel with us. But we're also going to be doing something different, and we'll talk about that at the end of the workout today. Do hip movements. Actually, I needed to do this because I was literally laying down the whole day yesterday, so my back and spine really needed this today.
Got it?
Feels good.
Knees.
And ankles. And this is only going to actually help me heal because it'll pump blood throughout my body and get the circulation going. Good.
On down to the floor. You're gonna grab a hold of the backs of your legs, chuck your chin, roll back, and roll up. Now take the hands away. Turn your feet to one side, come up. Turn your feet to the other side. Using the hand like a kickstand to support you. Seat that shoulder. Seat it. Seat it, put the hand on the other knee. Lift. Sit down. Switch. Put the hand foot behind you and stand. Nice. All right. Let's get started.
I'm going to see who we have joining us this morning. And we have Craig. Hey, Craig, how's it going? Ashley and Victoria.
Very
Hey,
nice. All right. Feet on either side of the kettlebell. Fold at the hip. Keep your back flat. Grab the kettlebell. Seat your shoulders. Now drive into the heels. Push the hips forward. Push the hips back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it in one hand. Now, don't let it pull you to the side. Stay centered. 1, 2, 3, 5. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pass it to the other hand. Pass it back. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up and catch. And swing it back. Catch 1, 2. Use your hips. 5. Change hands. Other side. 1, 2. Change hands. And up overhead. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it in. Change hands. Now, we're going to go to the next level with this. You can continue doing what you just did, or you can take this hand away for the press. Looks like this. 1. Go with me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Keep it moving. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it in. Set it down.
Fantastic. You makes it look easy. Great for people that are lifting weights on here. My friend Victoria is amazing. She's just transformed her whole entire body. My friend Craig goes to the gym. And kettlebell is something that you can do in addition to what you're doing. And as David was saying, it doesn't just work your muscles, it works the connective tissue in your entire body. So Victoria, for instance, does like outdoor, she makes outdoor patio, beautiful.
Yeah.
And so all the lifting, and the bending, and the this and the that, this type of workout will help you do those things in a better way without getting injured. And particularly as you age. David is 52, so
You're 57.
It's just a testament to you can still work out well into your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, but this is a great workout to really get your whole body and connected in shape. So that when you do the normal things in life, it's much easier.
Okay, so we have done our snatch, we've done our lunge, we've done our overhead lunge. We're going to now put those together. We're going to start with them broken apart, and then we're going to put them together. So start with the lunge, stepping forward. So bring your kettlebell to the rack position. Stepping with the opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Step with the opposite leg. All right, change hands. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to swing to a lunge. Looks like this. 1, 2, 5. Change hands. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, change hands. Snatching overhead, 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set it down. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to combine them all together. We're going to do our swing. We're going to do our snatch. And we're going to do our lunge. All together. Now, if you're not ready to try this, do it without the kettlebell, or a very light kettlebell, or don't do it. Just do a snatch, or just do a lunge. When you're ready, combine them together. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
Now, some of you might have seen the look of concentration on my face. That exercise, like all the advanced exercises, challenge multiple levels in your body. That one, very much a coordination and balance exercise. Whew! All right. Oh, we got time-wise here. We got plenty of time. No.
I see you were talking.
Take a look. Whew.
We have Billy the Great on with us. My sister Tammy, and we have Bob. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. All right, I'm at David. Let's see if you guys continue with the kettlebell workout. We have a few more minutes left.
All right.
And stay to the end. What we're doing next week.
Next week.
You'll want to tune in.
Well, it's going to depend on whether we find kettlebells out there.
Well, we were going to do the.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Okay. So, come on down to the ground. Kettlebell to one side. We're going to do some half get-ups. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Kettlebell, I'm going to put halfway between my hip and shoulder, where I'm lying down. Under grip with one hand. Roll towards the kettlebell. Pull it up. Now balancing on your elbow. 2 hands, press it overhead. Seat the shoulder. Now, kettlebell's in this hand. This knee is bent. Other leg straight. Other hand out at 45 degrees. Push into the foot. Fire your abs up to the hand. And back down. And up. 2, 3. This is your shoulder rehabilitation exercise. Going to 10. 2 hands, pull it in, roll to set it down. 2 hands, drag it around your head. Kettlebell halfway from your hip to your shoulder. Under grip it. Over grip with the other hand, rolling towards it. Roll to your back. 2 hands to press it overhead. Elbow locked, wrist straight, shoulder seated, knee bent, other leg straight, hand at 45 degrees. And up. 1, 2, 3. 8. 9. 10. 2 hands, Pull it in.
Great job. David,
Right.
fantastic job.
Now we have some time.
Doing the workouts, it seems like it's a long time, but when I'm doing the workouts, it goes by really, really quick.
Whew, that was good. Okay. We're going to do some swings, and then we'll finish off with a little bit of stretching with the kettlebell. So, kettlebell between your feet. Let's do 50 swings. Actually, no, I take it back. Let's not. Put your heavy kettlebell aside. Grab a pair of small kettlebells. Whatever small is for you today, for me, it's a pair of 8s. Now, you're going to bring them both to the rack position, right in front of you. Now, we are going to do an exercise, which is not a traditional kettlebell exercise, but it's one I like. Any of you guys remember the Nautilus machine where you put your arms in and you go up like this? Work your deltoid, particularly the medial posterior delt, right? It comes from this position, which boxers and martial artists know really well. Elbows in tight, hands up. It's going to lead with your elbows coming out. Rise. And you can bring them all the way overhead, straighten your arms, but then bend the elbows, and they come back like so. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Here. All right. Kettlebells to the double rack position. Bring them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double rack. Bring one down low. Now, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to bring this one to the side, this one up the middle. Now the other side. Now the other side. Now you're going to do it continuously. And 1, 2. Look at my elbows. They don't move. 5, 6, 7. 25 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet together. And double rack. 2, 3. Use your hips. 4, 7, 9, 10. Feet wide. Kettlebells to the floor. Straighten your back. Lock your legs. Pull. Pick them both back up. Bring them behind you. Push your hips forward. Let the kettlebells hang, stretching the hips in the front. And out. All right, set them down.
Fantastic. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I want to work out, but I'm doing the right thing and I'm resting. So here's the thing. We're going to be traveling next week, where our show is usually Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. We're going to be in California.
California.
We'll be here Monday morning here.
Yes.
But Tuesday through Friday, we'll be in Nevada City, California, my daughter's organic farm, goat farm. So stay tuned for some exciting. Hey, we might do kettlebell goat workout.
Kettlebell. Nice.
But we're going to be doing something a little bit different next week. There's
kettlebells in a furnace.
Well, we were going to do the get up off the floor.
Yes, we are.
So can you explain that?
Sure. So the Turkish get up, the reason why the Turkish get up is such an important exercise is because it mimics the development of the human body. An infant lying on their back needs to learn how to pick their head up, how to pick their feet up, how to roll onto their side, how to prop themselves with their arms, get their knees and feet underneath them and stand up. The structure of the musculature and skeleton of the human body literally develops based on that activity. So the stronger we are at that activity, the stronger our entire body is overall in everything that it does. So this is why it's an important exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to take the kettlebell completely out of it, and we're going to do a program that I developed called From the Ground Up. And it's essentially an exercise that I developed for people that were at risk of falling, which at the time included judo people. And falling and getting thrown are essentially the same thing. You have to learn how to deal with the ground coming up at you really fast. Sorry, folks. And how to safely land on the ground. Getting back up is the exact same thing in reverse, right? Anybody who's done any jujitsu, if you're on your back and you got somebody on top of you pushing you to the ground, how do you get up? Exactly the same way as the Turkish get up. You get on your side, you prop yourself on your elbow and your hands, and then you use your hips in exactly the same way. So if you do any kind of martial arts, or if you get down on the ground and back up again, or do something crazy like get up and get into bed and get out of bed every morning, all of these things are done in the exact same way. We're going to practice the mechanics of it. I used to teach it to elderly people who are at risk of falling so that they could safely, as they're falling, not break their elbow or their shoulder or their hip by understanding what they have to do to get themselves on the ground without having that happen. So that's what we're going to be going over next week. It is incredibly important whether you do kettlebell or anything. If you have a body, this is what you should, or if you know somebody with a body that you can refer to us to teach them this is what you should be doing.
Yeah. And and what's cool about it is we have some folks I have people in my own family, my mom, my aunt, a good friend of mine, Dottie Irby, who will benefit from this. And this is for anybody, actually anybody,
particularly from elderly people to MMA fighters.
So if you fall and trip and you find yourself on the ground and you can't get up, this will help you do that in a specific way. So we're going to be going over that all week next week, and it will start from the very basics. If you know someone in your family or friends or a circle that could benefit from this, please let them know that we will be on. Now, the time difference is going to be different because they're 3 hours behind. So it'll actually be 9 a.m. Or somewhere around there. Actually, I'm not sure the time because we'll have to figure that out. But anyway, it'll be recorded on our Facebook page. David also has a YouTube page, Sensei David Hills, where you can find the recordings so that you can send that to a loved one that may.
Liam O'Callahan.
Hey, Liam. Love you. So anyway, that's our spiel. We're a little bit long today.
We are.
So happy to have you. When life gets you off balance, remember the gratitude for what you have, rest, go back to the basics, and you'll be fine. And it's okay because it happens to everybody.
Every just listen to your kettlebell teachers.
Right. And we'll see you next week. We'll be in California. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Sending love, joy, peace, happiness, and abundance to all of you in the world today, and particularly healing energies to those who are suffering, in that they will find peace in their day today. And setting our intentions for a beautiful, productive day and weekend. And so happy to see you here with us this morning. We'll see you next time. Take care.